Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for the Super Mario Bros. Movie 2023. This movie is rated PG-13 with a runtime of an hour and 32 minutes. As of the recording of this video, we have a Rotten Tomato score of 53% for the critics, 96% for the audience. Quite a range there, and I'll get more into what I think of this film. This movie, if you need to know a synopsis, which I mean, if you're not familiar with Mario, with the help from Princess Peach, Mario gets ready to square off against the all-powerful Bowser to stop his plans from conquering the world. So if you've seen the trailer, you pretty much know what's going on. This film is directed by Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelenic, written by Matthew Fogel. We'll talk about the cast in a minute as I get into it. So overall, I had fun at the theater. It's not one of my. I've been really. I've watched a lot of really good movies recently, like Air, the Air Jordan movie, Dungeons and Dragons, John Wick. So there's been a lot of really good stuff at the theater. This is probably at the bottom of that list, but it's only because those movies were so good. I think this movie was good as well. It was fine. I was entertained. I had a good time. I would definitely recommend it if you have. There was a few kids in the audience where the theater that I attended. They had a blast. So if you have if you have little ones, definitely go check it out. If you're a fan of Mario, I think you're also gonna really enjoy this. So let's start talking about some of the things that I enjoyed about the film. Uh, One of the big ones is the animation and character designs. The characters, not only do they look just as you would expect them from the video games, but the animation was just like it was smooth and very enjoyable to watch. It was very easy, like just to the details in the characters look great. Some of the character designs, like they have some really cool, like even like outfit changes, the settings, the Mushroom Kingdom, all the places that we go to, just everything very well executed. I think it's a great mixture of bringing in the settings you're familiar with from the video game and just kind of really building out that world for a film setting. Very cool. Then we also have some. Let's talk about the voice performances. I think here I have kind of a mixed bag. So let's talk about the cast, or the main cast at least for now. We have Chris Pratt voicing Mario, Anya Taylor-Joy voicing Princess Peach, Charlie Day voicing Luigi, Jack Black voices Bowser, Keegan-Michael Key voices Toad, and Seth Rogen voices Donkey Kong. Um, I think overall the voices, I think, were, they work pretty well for what the movie is. Um, I don't know that there were any super standout performances other than two of my favorite voices in this film, Bowser, Jack Black, just really stealing the show, doing what Jack Black does, and that is bring the charisma to his characters. We have some musical numbers which are really funny because it is Bowser. Even just the whole character of Bowser is very much over the top. So having Jack Black portray that character really makes a lot of sense. Another a standout really was Toad, Keegan-Michael Key as the voice of Toad. At the beginning, he was a little bit almost unrecognizable, which is what I want from a voice actor. I want to think of them as the character that they're voicing, not so much as like, oh yeah, this is Keegan-Michael Key doing this funny voice. Um, which is kind of what happened with some of the other voices. Seth Rogen, he even said on an interview, like he was very straight up with the executives, like I don't do voices. It's just gonna sound like me, and I guess that's what the studio wanted. Um, I don't know that Donkey Kong has a super recognizable voice from the games. I haven't played Donkey Kong games in a long time. I think the chemistry between Charlie Day and Chris Pratt as the Mario Brothers was very good. There's a lot of scenes that take place with them together, and those really work well. And then, of course, Anya Taylor-Joy as well, just as Princess Peach. We know they're gonna do more of these movies, so I look forward to them coming back. But I hope that they add a new layer, or a little bit more nuance into their next performance. Um, Another thing I wanted to talk about here, just the quick pace of the film. Like this was brisk. We were moving along well, never dwelling too long on one thing or one idea. And this was just made it for a fun, energetic viewing experience, and I was really engaged. I didn't even have to take a restroom break this time around, which happens a lot with movies that are close to 2 hours or more. So yeah, this was fun. Like we got there, hour and 30 minutes. Boom, we're out of there. Had a good time. Enough time to get through all the snacks, have a good laugh. So yeah, I think also fans of the Mario Brothers games or any Super Mario, franchise property, whatever you want to call it, will appreciate all the references, Easter eggs, the story. Like you can tell that the people behind this film, especially because Nintendo is probably really involved. They want a successful movie for their character. Um, they just put a lot of thought into this. There was a lot. It was clear that the filmmakers or whoever was working behind this, they were very familiar and respectful to the source material. They include some really nice things. They expand on some areas that maybe the Mario mythology has not really fleshed out in the games, and they just really did a great job incorporating the little nods and winks to the games throughout. I think because Mario games have been around for so long, a whole range of people will find different little things that they enjoy about these Easter eggs and these little callbacks to the games. Um, Also, very straightforward, very simple themes. Family, never give up. Just very, very much effective. These are messages that are really easy to implement with a very simple story. It doesn't feel heavy-handed. It doesn't feel like it's hitting you over the head with any specific tale. It's just like that's what it is, right? You're Mario and you can't give up because otherwise, you're gonna let a whole bunch of people down. Also, one of the things I will say as far as a more of a negative item, the story was very simple. There's not a lot of like very much. There's no surprises. There's no twist. Maybe that's not really a negative. I don't know. This may be appealing to some people. I wanted a little bit more meat on that bone, but overall, it's still a fun and lighthearted movie. So I think some people may enjoy that. I can see why that would be a critique of this film, but this is the games don't really have that big of a story other than at least from the beginning, the older games. Um, Mario has to save the princess from the castle, and then got to keep going until you find the right castle. So, yeah, I think that'll vary. Your mileage may vary with the story, but if you put all those things together, um, yeah, I think you have a fun movie. Like I said, fast paced that will likely appeal to fans of the video games. Although it's not without its flaws, it's still very much enjoyable and worth checking out. It's uh, it's gonna be a good weekend. You have a few extra days to watch it because this came out on a Wednesday. So if you have caught up on all your other stuff and you still want to go to the theaters, I think you could do worse than spend an hour and a half watching the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Maybe that's not what everybody wants to hear as a critique, but that's how I feel about it. So, but let me know in the comments what did you thought about the Super Mario Bros. Movie. And we'll have a little bit more. I'll probably do a small video. There are two end credit scenes. They're very short. They're very non. You know, they're not too deep. They're not setting up like this Super Mario Nintendo universe or whatever, but they're still pretty fun as fans of the property. So I'll let you know more about that. So stay tuned on the channel for those. And as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, movie reviews. We have a whole bunch of trailer reactions from this week. We have a review for the movie Air. That tells you the story of Nike and the building of Air Jordan as a brand. And then we'll have more stuff on the channel as we come along. So yeah, as always, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.